Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain about the list concept. What are lists? Lists are one of the important built-in data type, which is useful to store multiple items in a single variable. Okay. So lists are created by using the square brackets. So I'll be showing you this practically. So this is just for the theory purpose. I'm just showing you all these things. And in this slide, you can see that lists are ordered, changeable, and allows duplicate values. So dear students, please remember these three are the very important characteristics. In the previous slide, you have seen that list is one of the four built-in data types. What are the other three? Tuples, sets, and dictionaries. So you need to find out the difference between what is the list, what is the tuple, what is a set, what is the dictionary, when we have to use this, and what is the significant difference in between these data types regards to the order. Are they changeable and do they allow the duplicate values or not? So these are the three important factors you need to remember whenever you are learning these four data types. Okay. So let's see, this is one of the example of the list. So the name of the list is T here, which I have given, and the values I'm showing you here is 11, 12, 5, 2. So these are the values which I have stored in a list, right? So same like an array. So if I think that you have a good idea about array. So whatever the array elements you are storing, so every element is having its own index, right? So similarly, the list is also having its own index. So every element is having its own index. You can see here 11 is bearing the index 0. So same like array, it starts with the index position 0. Okay. And you see, the very interesting point is the list will have the index at the negative index if you are counting or if you're coming from the right side. Okay. So the last element bearing the -1, and towards left if you have to go -1, -2, -3, and -4. Okay. So please remember, list is having the positive index and the negative index. Positive is by default is from the left and from the 0, and the negative index already there is no 0 because 0 is utilized for this, right? So we can't use 0 here for negative index, so we need to take it -1. So -1, -2, -3, -4 if you're coming from the right side. Okay. So now let's start some programming about the list concept. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So let me create one list. Say for example, the name of the list is say L, and the important advantage of the list is you can store different data type values. Okay. Say for example, if I am storing like this, say some random data I'm just showing you here. So say 5.6 and say something like true. I'm storing. So true and false, it's a boolean values, right? So boolean values have to be written in this order. So this is how you need to write. So capital T and remaining all should be small if you are storing the boolean values. Say next I'm storing the locations, something like say hardware. Okay. So that's all. I don't want to store more elements, so this is enough. So here you can notice here I am storing an integer, I am storing a string here, and I'm storing a decimal value, I am storing a boolean value, and I am storing the again string value, and one more thing I will store here. So the amount has to be paid in the form of dollars. So that's my intention. So I'm storing it in the single characters. We have to use single quotes. Double, I mean multiple characters, group of characters is called a string, right? String has to be in the double quotes. It's a boolean value, so no need to put in the double quotes, true or false. Decimal value, integers or the decimal values, it need not be in the quotes. Okay. So if you press enter, a list will be created, right? So this is how we can store the list, right? Next, the very important thing is how we have to access the list. Okay. So now if you wanted to print the entire list, say simply say L, and by the way you can use the print statement also. So print of L, or directly you can use the L here. Okay, right. So this is how, if you wanted to print directly the entire list, you can print like this. And if you wanted to print, say for example, the second value, so this one, the second value, if you wanted to print, then how? So L of, okay, so let me use the print command. So print of L, and Please remember we are using the square brackets while we are creating, and similarly when we access we have to use the square brackets. What is the index position of this apple? So as I told, index starts with 0, so this will be 1, right? So let's just put 1 here and say enter. So that's how you will be getting the data. Okay, so similarly from the negative, okay, from the right side, if you wanted to access the data and say -1 and -2, right? So if you are coming from right side, so it's -1 and -2. So similarly just write here print of -2. Okay, so if you say enter, you're getting the data, right? And if you want a specific range, okay, so you wanted to access only from the beginning till here 5.6. Okay, so how to do that? So again, it's very simple. So print of L. So what is the index position? Okay, 0. So put 0 here and put the colon symbol, index position 1, index position 2. So you don't write 2 here. So if you say 2, it won't get that 2. Okay, so it will limit itself to only index position 1. So you have to give 3. I mean, one more extra digit you have to give. Okay, and see 0, 1, 2, 3 won't come. Okay, because it will go till 2 only. Whatever the ending number you are giving, it will not print that. Okay, it will limit it less than 1 and it will print it. Okay, so let's see here. That's how it produces the output. Okay, so this is the very basics of list. So in the upcoming video I will be explaining so many other important things which are useful for us, right? Okay, so once again, what is a list? A list is a variable. It's just a variable which is useful for us to store multiple values, and that too which are of different data types. Okay, and the order is very important. Okay, so whenever the order is very important, so use the list and store the elements. Okay, and these values are also changeable. Okay, so let me show you. So this 12 I wanted to change it to 100. Okay, so how to do that? It's very simple. L of what is the index position? 0, right? So L of index position 0 is equal to say 100 and say enter, and now you say L. See, now it got changed. See, it means the values are changeable. Okay, and do it will allow multiple duplicate values? Yes, it will allow duplicate values also. Okay, so you have to add one more data here. Say for example, I will add say L dot append. Okay, so we need to use a function called append function. L dot just give me a minute. L dot append function we need to use whenever we wanted to add any data. Say I wanted to add something like grapes. Okay, so grapes. Okay, and enter, and now you just check with the L. See now, see grapes has been added. It means the lists are modifiable, lists are extendable, and lists are also what you say allows duplicate values. Okay, so let me show you this grapes, and again one more time grapes, and simply say yal. You can see here grapes, we found it 3 times. So it means list is allowing duplicate values. Okay, so when we have to use the list, whenever we wanted to store multiple values which are of different type and where the order is important, and it should allow duplicate values, and it should be modifiable. At that point of time we have to use the list. Okay, so in upcoming sessions slowly you will get to know what is a tuple and when we have to use tuple, when we have to use list, when we have to use set. So this kind of clarity you're going to get. Okay, so while you are learning, you have to learn all these things, and I request all of you to put all the important points in the paper while you're watching the video. From next video onwards, I think you will be very showing some kind of an interest, and put something on the paper while you're watching the video, because from next session onwards I'm going to teach you so many functions which is very important for not only the knowledge oriented way, and it's also important for the exam point of view. Right, students, thank you all of you, and have a good day.